Why, hello. Have a seat. Look, I'll get right to the point. I have a proposition for you. Let's start our own country. To hell with taxes and an increasingly unwieldy list of laws that govern pretty much every step that we take in a day. We'll call it, WildAC. Are you on board? Fantastic. Let's hash this out. Okay, according to Article 1 of the Montevideo Convention set out in 1933, here's how this is all going to work. The first thing we need is a permanent population, and that's obviously no problem. This channel has 2,100 subscribers, and I have no doubt that you're all itching to leave your families, jobs, and lives behind to start fresh in our new private utopia. The second thing we need is clearly defined territory. That could be a bit of a problem. Aside from Antarctica, all the visible land on Earth is already claimed. Don't start shopping for winter clothes just yet, though. Antarctica is out too. The Antarctic Treaty of 1959 means that any new territorial claims after that point won't be recognized by any ratified parties, which includes most countries on Earth. Plus, the cold. So we could build an island as long as it's outside any claimed territorial waters. Unfortunately, that's pretty much all deep ocean. Our last option is to invade a piece of land that's owned by another country, and then defend it when the current owners come knocking. According to the high-priced team of international diplomacy experts that I hired, countries aren't usually happy to give up land. But they're less likely to cause an enormous fuss if the land isn't valuable and doesn't provide economic benefit. In fact, if the land costs more to keep than it produces, they might even be happy to see it gone. So we'll stake our claim right here, on Egg Island, currently part of Canada. It's got a lighthouse, but that's about it. It might even be a little small for 2,100 people, but that's something we can figure out, maybe with some kind of athletic competition. That's perfect. The third thing we need is a government. Now the easy solution is an iron-fisted totalitarian regime, but that sounds like a lot of work for me. Having to constantly crush uprisings. Ugh. So we'll go with some kind of democracy, and only a very basic set of rules for severe behavior. Everything else will be common sense. Done. According to the best practice rules set by the convention, the fourth thing we need is a reliable capacity to enter into relations with neighboring countries. That is no problem. A firm handshake and my charming smile will get us all we need. The last thing we need isn't officially from the Montevideo Convention, but experts consider it to be surprisingly important for acceptance from other countries. Apparently, the following things demonstrate sincerity: a flag, a coat of arms, and a national anthem. Piece of cake. Boom, here's the flag, here's the coat of arms, and our anthem will be, Wichita Lineman, by the late great Glenn Campbell. And that's literally it. That's all it officially takes to establish a country. Welcome to WildAC. Before you start packing your bags, though, we're not quite done. See, the biggest aspect of establishing a country is getting other countries to recognize us as a sovereign nation. Until that happens, we won't be able to use our passports to cross borders, and our currency won't be worth anything. There are nation-states all around the world that have been practically sovereign for decades, but they can't operate as an independent country because nobody recognizes them as such. We also have to defend ourselves. Now, nobody's going to accuse Canada of being a military powerhouse, but they might want Egg Island back. If we can hold them off, we might be able to accomplish two things at once. 1, we get to keep the island. 2, we demonstrate strength and autonomy, which might get a few countries to recognize us as the burgeoning superpower that we clearly are. The recognition does not have to be positive. In 1967, the Bates family attempted to declare an abandoned military fortress just outside of England's territorial waters as a sovereign nation. They called it Sealand. In 1978, they took a German lawyer hostage, and England declined to intervene because it was outside of their jurisdiction. So Germany sent an official diplomat to Sealand to negotiate the lawyer's release. Although that wasn't an official recognition that required Germany to start accepting Sealand passports and currency, it certainly put Sealand in the news. Who knows where that may have eventually led if the Bates family hadn't screwed things up on their own a few years later. Look, I won't lie to you. The first few decades will be pretty rough. You won't be able to travel to any other countries, and your money would be worthless even if you could. And we'll have to pretty much constantly defend our territory. I also hope you like fish. But we're building something great here, so have patience. As your unquestioned ruler, I guarantee that the children of your grandchildren's children will be proud to be WildACians. Yeah, okay, I went a little crazy with this video. But it's more fun to produce than just a dry delivery and then 10 hours of editing a bunch of stock footage together. It's also closer to my real personality, so if you like this weirder presentation of interesting stuff, let me know in the comments. If you don't, I'm sure you'll let me know anyway. As always, like and subscribe for more from the soon-to-be sovereign WildAC channel. Thanks for watching.